Hey, let's hit that. Welcome, welcome. It's just Ty now. Just think about it. Psy TAi is all here. We're gonna have a good old time. Grab everything. When I get everything. This is Ty. This is the time to make it come true for you. When we make it come true, was it I sleeping or am I sleepwalking? Man, what is dreaming? This reality got me thinking that I'm breathing. So I take a deep breath, see what's underneath the surface. As I recall, man, there's more to do. What was in front of my eyes? So I see with my mind and I think with my heart. What my gut might is saying, run into the dark, baby. This is the caveman, then technological. I'm doing this, baby. I'm astronomical. I'm in the stars, going way past seeing. I'm doing this. All I do is believe in myself. Now as my arms are outstretched before the fractalness, I surrender all, surrender. I go into infinity. I go rocket blasting, strapped off, I'm in the everlasting. No recall, I'm going circles, seeing how it is for me, seeing how it is for you. Oh. And when you find me, I'm gonna be smoking. And when you find me, better roll two up. And if you know enough, you better get wet. We getting in the pool, yeah, no regrets. Deep oceans, mind is floating on riverboats coasting. And when I think about the times when I couldn't see, I saw more within me. And now that I am cool, I love you. Hey, that one is called Rockets Blasting. Rocket Blasting off the In the Dark album. I just released it last week or whatnot. You check it out on Bandcamps, YouTube. It's gonna be on streaming sites pretty soon. Pretty soon. I'm happy to be here today and have a good time. I ain't too long, but we're gonna have a good old time talking about what's happening in the world today. If y'all ain't know, this is Just Ty Now, a place where we come to think about things. Just think about it. TAI. Just think about it. You get it? Been around for a while. But that don't matter because now we're here now. And it's a lot always going on in the world. So we're here, we're going to start talking about what's going on in the mega world, what's in the AI world, what's in the tech world. It also tying it into the world of the mind. How do we think about these things? How do I think about these things? And bring on guests every once in a while. And then we do the do and talk back and forth. And we're going to let things out for y'all to enjoy. And y'all can participate in the comments below. And we're going to have and we gonna y'all been here before. Y'all been here before. Y'all been to places like this. But yeah, yeah. Because it's a lot always happening, a lot I'm always taking in, and it's a lot to always push out. The way of the world, and not getting caught up because there's so much going on. Y'all see the wars happening. Well, the war, well, there's wars happening everywhere, but like one of the ones being promoted the most with Israel and Palestine. So free Palestine. We free Palestine over here. We free all people, but free Palestine. Free Palestine. I remember when this was all starting, or before this all started, we broke down on the podcast. We even was asking the chatbot questions on like how did the nation start up, like who funded the nation of Israel and whatnot. And because the side, it's all about the way the world works. As I'm not going to say is good or evil, but it has its goods and has its evils. But it has a way to be observed for the individual through knowing what history is, knowing what history is, and knowing exactly for themselves what's happening in the present moment. Because we only can change to the world, we only can adapt to the world we find ourselves in. Like, and with those adaptations cause the minute changes that I believe that we wish to see sprinkled out over time. Over time, we really want to make a lot of changes, but I don't think change comes in a way that a lot of people believe, and a lot of people know this as well. And that's why I always say it's a huge world out here. It's so many differences of opinion, differences of thought, differences of action, but yet it all tells a grand story. It all tells a story that when you pay attention, ain't nothing new under the sun. So when things can be talked about, we have a conversation, be brought into a certain light, it can be seen for what it is in that moment. In that moment. And that's what I was like, open up my scrolling and seeing the bombs and everything. It's very hard hitting because we understand how a lot of people on earth already understand how this is happening. But yet there's so much more people on earth that did not see this coming. Yet the history is out there about Netanyahu being around during the September 11 and coming to America and saying, yeah, Saddam Hussein has bombs and now we need to go out and bomb Iran and find the weapons of mass destruction because of 9/11. And I was in elementary school when this occurred, 9/11. I remember we had to go home. My uncle was working downtown, but my house was close downtown, so he had to come to our house. So we had more family members at our house than usual. And then I heard on the news forever, oh, mass destruction, fear, 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 fear. And like instead of actual information on what's happening. Because the wild thing I found out about this world, and I'm grown up in it, is that there's no such thing as hidden information. Is information that is passed down through whisper down the lane. Like, oh, I'm the seventh person to hear this story, so it has some distortions to it. But so it has some distortions to it. But our stories are always. Hold on, there's too much screens going on around for me. Okay, hold on, let me test. Okay, there we go. Let me wait. I got to do one thing real fast that I thought about, and that's why I just got kicked like that. But remember, at first everybody was scared to talk about the war. Why was people scared to talk about the war? Because of who runs the media. It's not a weird thing. It's not a strange thing. It's just a known fact about who runs a lot of the corporations that involve digital media outlets of opinion. Okay. And I gotta click on hold on. Bang bang. It's just a known fact. Okay. About who. There we go. I had to bring it up just so I can make sure everything is cool. Yeah, it's just a known fact. It's just a lot of known facts that are ignored in life. And that's why I like to I like to pay attention and what the psychedelic experience has done for me. Because you see me with the tie dye shirt, with the cap on, and a lot of difference of opinion will come up to say, oh, well, this person doesn't care about politics, or this person doesn't pay attention to this and that. But that's a damn lie. That's a motherfucking lie. I see exactly what's going on. Don't mean I'm gonna react to it like how everybody else reacts to it. But to have a psychedelic mind don't mean you're dumb. It means that your mind is expanding, and maybe it's expanding to know what's going on in politics, what's happening to going on around the world with people, because we're people. We're people. We're people first. Well, we want to say we spirit first and all that other stuff to tag along. But as we come on this earth, we're all people. So there's nothing too different than what somebody else would do than what you would do or what you thought about and somebody actually enacted it or something out there on earth. But I'm kind of getting off tangent. I'm trying to stay on topic of it, some kind of topic. Because the way to react in the future, I believe, is it has to do with a lot of education. A lot of education more than fighting back with violence. Violence begets more violence. A majority of the time, we seeing a lot of people dying over there in Gaza and Palestine. A lot of them kids are going to grow up. A lot of them teenagers going to grow up with a lot of angst and anger, and when they have the opportunity to do what they want to do. I'm not saying it's going to be violence, like straight violence. I don't know, but they can do something, and they've been through that. They've been through that. I'm watching Naruto right now to give a symbol, a metaphor. In Naruto, I'm in the Pain saga when he meets Pain. The guy's literal name is Pain, and Pain was growing up in a war-torn society. Saw his parents killed right in front of his face. So he eventually grew to have enormous type of ninja type strength as an anime. And Naruto, he was like abandoned too. His parents wasn't there at all because they died, and then he was ostracized and stuff all his life. But he knew he pushed through that to make bonds with people even when they didn't like him. But the other guy, Pain, he didn't try that. So he grew up with like another kind of semblance to life. And then when he grew up, he was talking about this, and he was fighting Naruto, and he's saying like, what is this? How do you plan on stopping the pain of the world? How do you plan on doing the thing that you claim you're trying to stop? Because his way was to gain all the power in the world. That's like Israel or somebody gaining all the nukes, or America gaining all the nukes and stuff, and saying nobody else can have it. Nobody else can. We're gonna take all of y'all nukes and we're gonna hold them in because we're God, and we got everything in our mind about what needs to be done for y'all, because y'all can't even think for yourself. Y'all don't know what true pain is to be able to escape pain. That was Pain's thing. How do you know that you're not creating more pain by being in pain to resolve an issue? And Naruto couldn't answer this question at first. He was like, what is this guy talking about? Like, this guy is just a psychopath, and he's making excuses for why he wants to keep going to kill people and do whatever he likes to do. But this is how I see the world. That person is going to exist. Pain is going to exist. But Naruto also exists. And what he wanted to do was talk to him. He wanted to discuss, because at first he didn't understand the philosophy and why he was talking to him about the things he was doing. But after a while, she started understanding where he was coming from, and and how if he destroyed Pain and killed them right away, then that was going to start more. That was going to continue the same cycle that Pain was mentioning in the first place. That violence is going to beget more violence. So he wants to like talk and talk to him. I didn't get finish the episode yet, but all the village leaders are like, "What the fuck are you talking about? We don't care how strong you think you are. I ain't gonna talk to this guy. He just destroyed half the village. What the hell are you talking about? What do you mean?" But we're gonna figure that out as it goes. But it reminds me of the Netanyahu and all of these things going back and forth. Because, yeah, people want to just blow up Israel. But yet there's people in Israel that are against the Zionists that are doing all the bombing, and against the IDF soldiers that are killing kids. They're against all of those things. But they're, because of how media works, you don't hear about them too much. But they're out in the streets protesting just like people in America are protesting. Is what the mind is going to be promoted to do because it's dealing with actual reality. Actual reality. So it's all a game. It's all a game that we see and put forth before us. It's always, and the game is at the cost of human lives. The game is at the cost of human sanity. Of why would people do this? They want people to say that. They want people to say, "Oh, I wish you would never do this," or "Oh, why would you do such a thing?" Why? Because they just chalking it up to their version, their idea of God, their idea of a higher power. Everybody has the idea of a higher power that looks out just for them and nobody else, or just for their group of people and nobody else. And that's when things become dangerous and finicky. We've been dealing with this for a long time. It's not the first time in 2,000 years that a country said, "Hey, this God promised me this land, so you need to give it back to me." And all of this starts from when people are very, very young. When people are very young, they are not just impressionable, but they're going to most likely do the thing that they're being impressioned by. Like everybody's impressionable. They just act it out and turn it out in different ways. They work it through their own matrix to bring it out and say, "Hey, this is how I'm going to do it. This is how I." And the other kids, they'll do it exactly like how the person is telling them to do. How their favorite idol was dressed up, how they did their hair, how they shot that gun, everything in between. And I'm seeing it a lot in Israel. They had the little kids there, and they were like, yeah, like it's this guy that go on TikTok all the time, and he talks about he's Palestinian, and as soon as the Jewish kids see him, they start cursing him out, and they say, "We know who you are." Like that's their parents talking like that. You ever been in the hood and seen a badass kid cursing somebody out, cursing out the school guard, cursing out the bus driver or something, or just cursing, just doing some hood rat shit? It's a YN type shit. That's learned from the parents. That's learned behavior. It's things that's passed down and developed. You think the YNs came out of nowhere? You think YNs came out of nowhere, bruh? A lot of YNs suffer from heartbreaks, suffer from their heart hurting from not knowing how to treat a woman because they dad wasn't there, or how they dad treat women because of how they mom was out in the streets and they couldn't take it, or how they dad was out in the streets and couldn't take it, or how they parents was fighting or divorced, however the case. It's a lot of stuff happen with YNs, bro. Young niggas go through it, bro. I grew up in the projects, 23rd and Diamond. 23rd and Susquehanna. Like that's where I'm from. So I've seen a lot of things happen when it come from observing the adults to the kids with their mind states. From a real young age, I remember being aware when I was like 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old. I have stories telling people about me going to the park, how I felt like Tommy Pickles. The one time the squirrel jumped on my head out of the trash can, I was so scared to go down there. Watching not Men in Black, Independence Day over and over again on VHS. Like I remember me analyzing, being bored with church and stuff at 4 years old. So treat your kids special. Treat your kids like they mean something. But what I mean by that is I've been able to see a lot of things over my 33 years on Earth, allegedly. I don't know. But 33 years on Earth, and been able to put a lot of things together that I even had to psych myself into seeing, like, hey, this is actually occurring. This is actually happening, what I'm witnessing in my mind, because we play those politics with our mind the same way that we see politics play out in front of our face. And people know that. The politicians know that. Psychologists know that. Marxists know that. Narcissists know that. Your grandma know that. Your uncle, your pimp ass uncle know that when he was out on the street. Your whole ass auntie knew it when she was tricking getting some money. Everybody know a little something of the game on how the mind is played out on other people that are so called naive. Naive to, or not hip to the situation, not cool, not down, so they can be played and toyed with. Their mind can be played and toyed with. But all of our minds are special. All of our minds are intertwined in a way that we don't even realize, even in the moment. No matter how many glorious words we want to put on topic, quantum entanglement, the ether, the Akashic record, the prana, the chi, the yeah, all of those words is it's even deeper than all of those things. What we are is deeper than all of those, because what is describing those things but the thing that created it? Think about that. The thing that created the thing that created the thing that's describing. Wait, there's a thing describing something that created it, but that thing that created that description for itself. You follow what I'm saying? If it made that description for itself. So we always are attuned with something way bigger than what meets the eye and what can ever be said with words. So for any country to say that we are doing this because of God's favor, we are doing this because God promised us, we are doing this because any type of God is a goddamn lie. If anything, that's a false God. That's a lower tier God. That's whatever, however you want to demote shit in your reality. That deals with fucking ego. That deals with ego. My way or the highway type God type shit. When if everything is created by the thing, it's gonna do what it wanna do. Here, you can follow the story. Can follow the story. I want you to be able to paint your own stories with this. Just tie it on down. Just tie it on down in your neck of the woods. Because we do that with ourselves. We used our God over everything else and say, hey, my God thought of this. So I have to, like, really use it over top of you and use it to discriminate against you, or use it so I don't have to use my full set of capabilities to help you, or even try to think about being there for you. Treat you like you a dog. Treat you like you less than a dog. There's some dogs that are richer than most adults. Like, think about that. Just tie on that. There's most dogs that are richer and living good than most adults. You can't, like, deny and take away that. I've been jealous of a dog at least once or twice until I seen it look back at me and saw things that it wanted to do itself. But yeah, yeah, there's a lot of history. There's a lot of history that goes on with the mind. And when it comes to traumatic experiences, like when it comes to 9/11, when it comes to COVID, there's our traumatic markers placed in just the modern man's mind, so that there a lot of people is not able to go far back to the 90s, go back to the 60s, and even see history on what's happening. And they'll promote it until they see thousands of dying kids starving and dying for months in front of their face. When before it was a lot of people that was promoting this in their own iffy way, even if they didn't say anything, because they had some kind of God religion complex to Israel, where it was, hey, this is God's plan. This is God's plan for them to do so. It's in the Bible. It's like we're just outsiders. We're Gentiles looking in to what's always been happening. But really, we existed as people before that book was written. Before the Bible was written, before the Quran was written, all it is, we existed as people that lived on earth and made it that far. Made it that far for whatever the cause. A lot of people say, hey, you're happy that we able to do the things that we are now because we can live longer, we can do this and that. We have different affordabilities, different things available to us to perform different actions. But who said that in the past that things was as bad? You ever see a person complain about something so horribly, but do you see somebody else in the same situation and they're joyous, they're grateful because they never had those things before? Or because they see what it is to have those things, whatever the case, just tie, just tie, just tie. It's pretty, it works its way out. It works its way out and it works its way in. But when it comes to being on the right side of history or the left side of history, I ain't trying to be on no side of history. I'm just commenting on what's occurring right in front of my face. Cause there's no deny, there's not a lot of deniability when things add up. When you start working on your memory, a lot of nootropics, a lot of foods and activities that we're given make it so that we don't recall our memories so often. Like I was mentioning, traumatic experiences, they stop people from traveling out of those. Like imagine walking around and you hear the same thing every day. You hear the same thing telling you something that you try not to think about. So when do you have time to think about other things? That is the trauma for a lot of people. And that's why I like even the psychedelic experience, how it really opens up those channels and by creating new brain, open up them channels in ways you never even knew possible. But also even in small doses, creating new brain structures where the neurogenesis starts to kick in and the synaptic pruning starts to readjust itself, which is like when you're younger, synaptic pruning, your brain is communicating, zip zapping, all like, oh, I'm on crack, okay. And then when you get older, it's like, hold up, gotta put the crack down. I gotta fit in. I gotta wear these kind of clothes. I gotta do this. I gotta get this kind of job. I gotta do this and that. It starts kicking. It starts synaptic pruning kicks in. So the brain don't gets light up everywhere, just lights up in certain places. But with the mushrooms and different kind of tryptophans and different type of breathing type meditations where your brain starts to move from the delta to the theta waves, you're able to um, observe different patterns of your mind. And with the psychedelics, the mushrooms and the psilocybin specifically, is new studies coming out that the with lion's mane that the neurogenesis happens and now the brain start lighting up again and start thinking all these different patterns and ways of thinking. And then with the lion's mane it start getting more ingrained, the neurogenesis gets more ingrained from the psilocybin, and people actually are having new ways of thinking, new ways of opportunity. And this is nothing new. It's been here for thousands of years. They just found something 3,500 years ago in a cave in the Mayans, and they found in the old satchel residue of DMT like substances. Like it was very similar to the tryptophans and the tryptamines and everything. Tryptophan is kind of tryptamine, but we didn't get into that story right now. And they were saying that everybody didn't do it in the village, but some would come to this little stone hole in the wall that they made so they could be in the dark, and they would sit in the dark and witness more than just what their eyes were showing them, and then come back and talk to the people or ask somebody else, hey, trying to see what's going on over here. And think about how that over time started coming out to people saying, hey, not everybody can have this substance that's just growing out in front of their house. Like I found mushrooms before growing that have gave me a tremendous experience growing outside somebody's house, and they didn't know that it was in front of their house, and they probably would never know it was out front of their house, but it was right the fuck there. But the stories that was told around what that mushroom is makes it so they don't even go for it. Now imagine the ones that do go for it, and then they go to these places, and then they tell and they see how the mind is working. They see how, because we're all human beings, so they see how the mind is enacting itself, how it says, how it sees right and wrong, how it feels when it was 5 years old and wanting mama's attention, how it feels when it was 8 years old wanting to play a sport and wanted daddy's attention, with mama there to clap along the side. Whatever the case, all the little intricate things of the mind that add up to the big possible things that then people just try to treat the symptoms of, and those experiences of high dose psilocybin, even lower dose, you see how the mind is working. Like you can get your own it's like a therapist just sits right there, and then it's observing you, but you can hear it in first person, the therapist talking to you as you're observing yourself. I don't make it too complicated because it's not complicated. It's just like when they say sit there and listen. Like when they used to teach us to send the kid in the corner and just sit there. Like, what do you think the teacher wanted to do? Just look at the white wall and think about the holes in the wall? Or did they want them to think about what they did? Have their grandma voice pop in their head? Have some other voice pop in their head that's not that same train of thought that's saying throw the crayon on the ground, throw the crayon on the ground. I need to throw the crayon on the ground. It changes up a lot when You finally hear that other voice. Some call it God, some call it angels, some call it demons, some call it seamen, some call it the fairies, some call it the archons, others call it the Palladians, others call it the spirits, the yokai, the water dragon spirits. It's so many different names for what people hear in their minds. And what if all of it was true? What if all it was true? Then that would mean that we would have to come up with rules to know that all of our opinions and the ways that we want to live our own individual lives is true, but we still need to get the fuck along. We need to get all of the longs we can get and long it all up in a big old circle and connect those things. Even if it's not a circle. Somebody put a figure eight. All right, we got a figure eight. Put a figure eight, a crick in it. All right, we're going to put a little crick in it and make sure it's cool. Like, it's ways, if a factory can exist, people can exist in a different way than how we exist now. But we do because of the way that we all collectively agreed on our thinking. And then output it into the world. Ain't a damn problem with that. Like, I think the world is more so how we react to it. Like I was mentioned earlier, and those causes those minute changes, that butterfly effect, which is to say they affect things in ways we never thought possible, as well as trickle down effect. The trickle is just start the wave starts getting bigger as it goes down. It starts getting more of an explosive effect. Right. I want to jump in and I want to see what's going on with the buddies. We're going to say what's up real fast. So if y'all want to say hey, y'all can jump into the Discord sometime. I'm going to post a link to the Just Talk Now Discord. And then y'all can make y'all way to my other Discord that I'll be chilling in. A lot of times, my bro True Life Stories, who I'm working on a book of called True Life What a Trip. True Life Stories What a Trip. It's an amalgamation of a lot of. He has people come in and tell their trip stories, like if they took LSD, DMT, ayahuasca. They had a bad day at work sometimes. They had a near death experience. A lot of a vast range. I went and I put it all inside of a book. And I didn't try to describe their trips. Like, yeah, this is what it means. This is what this is and this, that. I just put it there for display. Just put it there for display with some awesome pictures to tie along the way. But it's going to be out pretty soon. All right, let me jump into the Discord and see what's up.
Feel like
I know I'm trying
I
to
feel like
listen.
mumble something now.
Hey,
Mumble now. Mumble rapper.
let me get this right.
Down south you come from
She
still.
switched to the subtle energy. You might
Thanks.
have zapped for your conscious energy to get the subtleness.
I'm on Chugalog fine boyfriend, you know. So she get something inside her last night, so she have to be quiet. Man.
It's a half
Sheesh.
moon rising right now. Yeah, welcome to the
Welcome.
podcast.
I actually was on a podcast. I wanted to jump in and see what y'all was up to.
They want
Yeah, I was just looking at this bloody half moon rising. A bloody good, yeah, beautiful. Playing some Irish classics while we dissect this certain insectoid information that has been coming to rise tonight. Sun Tzu just got out of the subtle fucking frequency captivity that his microphone was keeping him
We just hear
in a
scrambling the
silent
agent. We just
whisper.
see it. Hey, we just see it
But
scrambling
we
the
back.
agents. We just see it scrambling the agent Smiths all across the blood clot ether skies tonight, where there is no skies in sight, no stars above,
We're just playing
no
this
stars
blood clot
below.
bluegrass
We're surrounded
to
by
break the
water.
spell.
The earth
we
is
are
flat.
we are
Don't you know already? It's like 1,000 YouTube videos trying to
The
tell
earth
you.
is zigzag and wavy.
Jesus Christ.
The Earth
I
is
don't
in
know.
an
I don't know.
orthogonal
Hey,
matrices due to the
I
alien
don't know what.
information theory of the
I don't
particular
know what I'm gonna do
hieroglyph,
with these scientists,
the
man, because
entheogens of
the
the
scientists
sect,
ain't even ready.
with the
The
chemicals
scientists
which relate
really,
to the.
The
goddess
scientists really
is
want to
inside.
stay in school. They don't really want to know the truth. They want to keep looking.
Yeah,
And I need
we
people
got
to
we
keep
got
But the
fucking
real
satisfied.
basement
scientists know that they'll
scientists.
never
Yeah.
find. It's the
They
scientists
can't.
that already gave up on science because they know that it's not a means to find anything ultimate in the
No, no,
infinite
they
look for
no.
things. But
They need a
still,
reason.
like
They need a reason to not go home to their wives tonight. That's all.
that's
Yeah, I
some of
mean,
the
ain't
high
nothing else
level,
really.
yeah, they're getting paid
They are
to
married
go
to
test
science
Coca-Cola.
and knowledge.
Exactly. And find your wife now. What science are the matey? Yeah. Because me don't know which part human being come from. Because anybody with any type of sense can recognize what I want. So if they don't understand what I want, then I have a rude awakening coming on, man. Me rotted. Me don't know what to tell now. I have to just pray.
Pray or be
Buckler.
prayed.
There it is.
All
Tick tock,
right.
tick tock.
Pray or be blood clot pray. Yeah, man. Now we not play it. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Slavery days can't come back again. You see, slavery
Me a
days never really
predator.
happened.
Nope.
I will
Slavery
be
day
the
they can't
predator.
come back.
Because slavery start
Yeah,
off
man.
in the mind. You get caught up by not
All
knowing what
right.
happened before.
All right. So then, hey, me no know who them a try rock to sleep, but I can't bad man. I can't we. I can't me. I can't she. You see me? Yeah, man.
Only but so much we can do.
You see me? Only so much they can do. But the thing is, they never
Yeah.
done anything. So that's the sad part about it. They don't know who's doing it. Yeah. It's a rough situation, rough. But the course is clear. No steering to
Course
steer.
clear.
The ship just through the air.
The Stairmaster.
Bumbleclad. Oh, no, not ready. My blood clot. You know what I go on?
Thanks, brother.
Bumble.
Trying to get this. My camera not working.
Exactly. The boss said my camera not working. A Mercury retrograde now. Oh, your camera not work, dog.
It
No
must
sign of
be why.
Mercury retrograde right now. I'm not sure if it is. I'm saying it must be. But get no.
There we
Alley
go.
Cat and Blue Flame when I worked some witchcraft earlier. Then when I tell me say my mic was
Your
fucked up for
mother.
about 1 hour and my camera was fucked up, all them things there, you see me? So the witchcraft are wear off right now. So your camera is working perfectly. I just had to bring that
Just
So,
dispelled
frontal
it. You
cortex.
had to you had to bring up
Yeah,
who
man.
put it out in
so
the first place.
Yeah, man. I don't know what them idea. Them a stir up the bomb buckle and fight. What's it, man? Sun Tzu's coming.
gotcha. Especially.
But they don't know the recipe, man.
Meanwhile, we the ones trying to help this fool get his shit together.
Hey, you see what me I talk about the Bible say, you don't know if you call people fool, you
Fool,
must say
I
foolish.
caught that too. It's not.
Hey, the
It's
fool
not.
is wiser than the king.
Yeah.
Oh my
Okay?
God.
All right. All right. All right.
The
But it's not.
the
I'm
fool is
sad.
wiser
But it's not.
than the
I'm
king.
sad. Is I have sadness. That way, eventually, it
Ah,
goes away.
Bumbo clot. I'll chug a lug of camera up tonight and art dressed in red. Lady in red. But you hear the Keith Sweat voice there.
Eh?
You see me?
Lady in red.
I have to go on my bed early because I have church a morning. Me not have no
No
time for
way.
foolishness.
What God lets you in their church?
All of them.
Yeah.
Bob Buckler, that's one good question. That is a real good question.
I know.
Real good question.
I know.
I'm not gonna lie.
I was just talking about that earlier. Something similar. What kind of guy would say, "Hey, you got to do just this and that, or you gonna die"? I said that's a fucking.
Boy, I tell hey, it's a lizard, what I mean? They have to dissect it a little bit, you know? Yeah, man, it's not really what's going on, bro. They got a lizard sitting on the top, looking like, oh, these motherfuckers think I got emotions and shit. You know what I mean? A nigga don't care. Nigga just come through and shit's over. But if they ain't do it already, they can't do it again. So it's over for them.
The
Up,
politics of
out
the
of here.
mind. Like,
Exactly.
it's just another number. Like I was telling you earlier, we
Just
play
another number.
politics with ourselves, but really, that's the reality. Is noticing the politics of the self.
Yeah, man.
We put ourselves under certain circumstances and stimulations, but then sometimes you ask yourself, where did that come from? Do I have to keep doing that? Especially in that way, if I ain't benefiting, I keep getting taxed like crazy for everything I'm doing. I eat this and that, and now I'm gotta lay down for 4 hours. I don't feel like I can run around.
Man. Man, they putting y'all upside down even when you're standing upright, bro. This shit crazy, man. They just up there laughing, but they don't even laugh. They laughing, but they don't even laugh.
So I had to learn to turn on my anti-gravity. Find myself cool in whatever situation. The
Yeah, man.
frogs turn into bats. Well, that's where it's at.
And the bats turn into frogs, man. This shit crazy, but it ain't crazy at all, though. It ain't crazy at all. You know, because if it was crazy, they would be right here next to us. But they is though. This tree right here, this is one of them. They look, hello, hello. You know what I mean? But right now, you gotta know, you gotta stay in its disguise. You gotta stay cloaked up around me, cause they get their throat cut around V. Yeah, man.
'Cause everything has their own, if y'all think about it, everything has their own form of consciousness doing their thing. Because, oh, humans the only thing that is conscious. But yet, we're made up of the same atoms of the tree, of the thing we talking
Yeah.
to. Everything is made up of atoms. So, like, this is what people talking at
Hey,
that point.
it's funny you said that, cause the thing is, they only waiting on Adam to drop so they can reveal them. So when Adam drops, then Adam knows. Adam knows he never was. It never even happened. So what is this? This is it.
I seen take off the goggles to the virtual reality.
The virtue all of reality, making albums. Trust me, the real record ain't released yet. Trust me, dog. None of Jay Z. The only person that claimed came close to an album was DMX, probably. You know what I mean? But they ain't hear the real music that Ty produced yet. You know what I mean? But they on the cruise ship though, so they might hear it slow. You know? Yeah, man.
Yep.
Soon as we finish dissecting the time, they could catch up to the rhyme, and we ain't talking about oranges. Yeah, man.
Have a good night.
Oranges aren't even oranges nowadays. They're
Yeah, man.
tangerine.
They tangerine,
It's a tangerine
mangerine.
dream. I can't even get that orange diesel nowadays, Ty. It's all that Angie stuff. Not even the
Mm,
good phenotype variant.
hey,
Particular
yesterday I had.
expression can change everything.
I'm from Jamaica, and last week is the first time I ever seen pink pineapple. I don't know what they making in these laboratories over here, bro. They came home with a pink pineapple last week. I know y'all probably
Thank
seen
you.
that shit, but I ain't never heard of that shit. But I
Wasn't regular
definitely
pineapple good
witnessed it.
enough?
Yeah,
I
It
man.
know.
even makes the ladies
That
good.
shit
Like it's
crazy, bro.
perfect.
And now they got pink. They can match it with pink Moscato and get that new pink lemonade variant phenotype of the goddamn game cigarillo with that new
Hey,
pink lemonade margarita mix.
Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Chugalog, who make you change your shirt now? We just big you up, say you have on one red
Right.
shirt. Now me look up, me say heart. I want that one heart. Yeah, try send somebody a sign. Oh, never. Oh, okay, I see.
I don't know what red shirt you're talking about. I wasn't never wearing a red shirt.
You was me and in there wearing a red shirt, and I went there on the camera. Don't try fool me, you know. Don't try fool me. You ain't wear one red shirt. We see you a while ago. Don't tell me no lie, man. You're too lie. But
You
yes, a lie.
seriously wear a red shirt, seriously.
You never see
But did any of
Chugalog
y'all
in
see the red shirt?
a
No.
Full
red shirt.
blown. Full
You tripping.
blown.
Careful.
Right.
Mandela effect.
Careful.
Mandela effect.
I go orange
Out.
shirt.
See, that's how the white lady tricked us into slavery back then. It wasn't like that. I wasn't wearing that.
All right. Same bumbo clot thing I talk about.
Tried to get
Same
us
blood
again,
clot thing I
Jessica.
talk about. And I still I try fool black man. I try fool black man again. I want new Mrs. Smith. You have to go lose some weight for dress up in that black suit there, yeah? Yeah, no Mrs. Smith. Remember me tell her that.
Now she turned into a teacher. What's going on now?
Mrs. Frizzle, I almost got lost.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
am I going, bro?
Professor
We're on a
Chugga.
mystery express here. Somewhere.
Professor Chugga, Hey, hey, Professor Chugga, what go on? How the bumbo clot go on? How you eat? How come we not eat nothing but
Yes.
you are
Thinking the same thing. Now you the person I want to eat food with. It's just morphing over here. Talking about shapeshifters.
full up your blood clot belly and you look like you're full already? How the rasa go on, man? See,
Nah,
you
dude.
cough, you eat too much, man. You saw me I talk about? Yeah, man.
You making her laugh.
Fuck you. Boy, you turn professor. You kind of look decent with the glasses on. Keep it on. Me never tell you to take it off. You see me? Yeah, man. What you eat? Curry chicken?
Jerk.
Jerk? No, yes, I am a jerk, but when me see the blood clot
Yeah.
I'm eating
chicken,
you.
yeah. I eat, cause me not believe you're Ross.
Mm-hmm.
Really no. Oh.
I don't know. It's something my friend
Bomba
was.
clot. Hey, Chugalog, at least you have dinner to eat tonight. Enough people now have no dinner to eat, you hear? So give God thanks. You understand? Yeah, man.
Know what
Calm
the
down.
fuck you did. That's what it mean. Know what the fuck you did to get that food in your hands right now. How you had to put it in the microwave.
Just try.
How you didn't make it from
True, man.
scratch. Say-
So yeah, try to say hold on, a microwave dinner. A microwave dinner she eat. Okay. A microwave dinner you eat, man. If you see you cook blood clot dinner today, man. You don't cook nothing. From morning you don't cook. You draw nothing
Wait,
from
she got
morning where you
microwave jerk chicken? Gotta have a microwave jerk chicken?
Come on, don't make the story fall apart so fast.
A dry rice.
I'm confused. I am
Rice
confused.
you eat.
Chicken.
And rice and macaroni and cheese, about jerk chicken.
What?
Number 22, on a shirt. Finger licking. Same thing. Hey, I'm gonna come out on a blood clot brain here, man. Because me should be legal. Juggalug, put a smile on your face. Nobody not trouble you, hear? Nobody is troubling you. We're just having fun. So smile your blood clot face. Yeah. You know, see, Alley Cat now say nothing. If we're in a trouble, your Alley Cat would have jumped on top of us a long time ago. Alright?
What you doing, Jesse? Me too. Well, I'm trying to, but this shit is fucking childproof. How? How? How do you open this?
What you try to open now? What you are trying to open? You see, a be a madness I go on tonight, you know? She has struggled to open one can of yogurt. You saw me I talk about?
You need a can opener.
I hope you can see this.
Need a,
I'm doing it as hard as I can.
she, she need a can
Well,
opener
you
for
still
one container of
struggling.
yogurt.
What part are you trying to open?
Mm-mm. It's a
Like
sad
those.
situation, you know. Sad
I
situation.
was I wasn't struggling anymore. I was saluting uh Changchu.
Ah,
Oh, go on.
ah, did you catch it?
So, hey, Alicia,
This is an ectozone location. I
big up
forgot
the
to
booger
tell you,
there.
Ty. There's several dolphins in this
Let
zone
me clean
with
the
a bunch
nose
of
there.
Zubats.
Yeah,
The
you copy
Zubats are
that?
evolving
You
into
copy
mega
that.
Golbat.
Ali cat,
Mister,
Yeah.
you
you
copy that
bumbo clot. You hear
copycat.
me
Supersonic
tell us that?
wave, you
You
bumba
pussy
clot.
clot. You hear me say?
You copy
Alright.
that
You hear that
copycat.
there ass? Alright. Copycat your mama.
I call for a war.
Yeah, she was a clone.
Oh, copycat. Leave your mother alone. Leave her out of this, but she was a clone. Because if she's a clone, then you drown.
She
Don't
dead.
be foolish.
She did.
You come out of.
She drowned. She died. She drowned in alcohol.
But tell us if you repeat it. Tell us if you repeat it, you know. Me just see
Keep
secret.
here.
Oh my
If you
dead.
repeat it.
The truth
Oh my
Ethanol
dead,
lies
ether.
dead,
between the
dead.
lines.
It lies where it lay, and it lays where the lie.
Alright, to be fair, she disappeared. But I had the dream.
Ali cat,
So I
don't
know she's dead.
you don't respect your mother. I could have tell that from a long time ago, so you don't respect your mother. You bumbo clot alley cat.
You
You must have
must.
blood clot free. You don't like your life. I see you come out up on a bumbo clot planet. Where you talk about your mother
And she's
dead and all
still
type of
dead.
foolishness.
And she's still
Eh?
dead. Woman for do,
What
she
your mother
dead.
dead? Dead which part? One name dead. You know one name dead?
Dead in mind
Hmm?
or dead in body?
Well, okay, so she disappeared. She was in a like a medical rehab thingy, and then she disappeared. But I had the dream. So whenever someone's gonna die in my family, I dream my great grandma, and she's always sitting with them. But this dream, my mom came to me. Like it wasn't my mom. Someone was crying, but I can feel like all the emotions. Like when I was in, I took the little shroom thing when I
Yeah.
was with you guys in Cali,
Mm-hmm.
and when the whole house was wood. You remember the floors were wooden.
Yep.
So
What
when
you
I
see in
stepped
it?
on the wood floor, I can feel where all you guys were, and I can feel your emotions. So in the dream, I was standing with this person, and I can feel like they were just crying, saying they were sorry, sorry. And I didn't know who it was. I did not know. But the person was like really like it was just like emotions like I've like in this realm I like anguish. I don't know how to explain it. So it was like really a lot. And then so I fractaled out of that dream, and the other one, my aunt and uncle, like when you're outside, like going down, I was in like an alleyway in a dark, but it didn't feel, it felt like, I don't know how
Alley
to
cat
explain it,
was
but
in
it
the
was like,
alleyway.
I know, right? But it felt like, it,
Paradoxes, idioms.
it was,
I
it
make
was,
sure I make
Okay,
up blood
show me in
clot
a bit.
story.
That's a cool
But
one.
Ali
Hold
cat
your
on.
not
mama,
always.
He done.
your mama,
But
you
It's not a
die.
metaphor.
you
Close the
can't
door.
make
It's
no
an
blood
idiom.
clot excuse. You tell we say your mother dead and you chat like in a business boy your mother. So what the ass you talk about? You don't have
Anyways,
no respect for
so
mother,
I'm
man.
in the alley, and you know how like it's dark and you can see there's a door, like inside the door it's really really bright. So there was like people in there, and I'm passing the door, and my uncle opens the door, and he's like, "Why don't you come inside?" And for some strange reason, it kind of felt like my uncle, but not. And I was like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "Well, we should chat about some things." But in the dream, it shows me that he knew she was dead. That was the first inkling. They were trying to tell me of something towards that, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to come back. I have an errand or something. So like, I wasn't ready. I remember saying in the dream, I'm not ready for all that. Then the next dream I had was with my actual mom, and she was telling me if I ever, what was the words? The precise words were, if I ever want to get in touch with her, those were the precise words, in touch.
What you gotta do?
Um, she said I have to call. Holy shit. Okay, so she said I had to call um
Not
one
the
of my grandmother's
Ghostbusters.
sisters,
Uh-huh.
but the name she said, there are two names. One's dead and one's alive. So in the dream, she said I had to call the live one. And I said, "Don't you mean I have to call the dead one?" Like, I didn't say the dead one, but I said her name. And she started laughing, and she's like, I always got these things confused. And she was like laughing at herself. And I'm laughing too, like, "You mean I gotta contact the dead one?" And she's like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." And then coming out, so like, I just like turned around and left. And as I'm coming back, waking up, I confused myself. I was like, "Yo, did she tell me to call the dead one or the live one? I don't I don't know which one to call." But
Dreams.
Oh, the
then
dead one.
yeah, it was the dead one. But like this was like dreaming and sleeping, so like I'm all twisted. So wake when I woke up, I reviewed the dream because it stayed with me. And when I was at the point at where she made the joke, I was like, "Oh, I think it was joke because I wasn't ready to handle it the first three dreams." So like this one,
I put up TV. I didn't think it was. And I'm trying
Just
to be.
Ty.
I'm sorry.
I, no, I was talking to Just Ty. Just Ty. I want you to. I want you to see what I'm working on real fast.
What
Hey,
we
look.
can't see?
Share your screen.
Yeah, y'all gonna be able. But when I show you, man, be truthful. Don't be fucking just telling the motherfucker. Well, oh, that's good. If it look, be truthful,
Ready?
like Sun Tzu always fucking do. Cause Sun Tzu always
Really?
be truthful. No, Sun Tzu be one hundred
Exactly.
percent truthful. He like if that shit fucked up, he
Yeah,
tell you.
tell them. You hear
Be
that,
one
Alicia,
hundred.
at your mama.
And your daddy
Be
close
truthful.
together.
Be
Hey
truthful.
mama
Be truthful.
and your daddy
Yep.
If it
close
needs
together.
if it needs some more
My
work,
mama and your
just say
papa.
it. Say, hey, bro, you gotta, like that's cool, but
Yeah, yeah. I
you
see
can
you
do it a
trying to
little
level
bit
up.
better.
I see you trying to level up. Let's go.
Right?
All right, yeah, I just shared it real fast. I'm gonna just show you
Most
a
people don't
clip,
try to level
a
up.
snippet.
Get on my level.
Man, I've been working on this shit since yesterday, bro. I've been up all day. I go take a nap, come back, and then I'll be right back working on this right here. And my mushroom's starting to kick in, so I'm trying to hurry up and finish
What?
before.
Shit.
Yeah,
All right, I'll
my
stay
shit
up for
kicking
another
in like
hour.
a motherfucker.
Legends speak of sages who lived for centuries, their hearts still and clear, nourished by the
Dang, is
divine
it showing?
promise.
No.
Is it
Nope,
playing?
nope.
It's not playing the video, huh? Wait, hold on. Let me see.